Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there. Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 13th.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Mark, on my drive-in, I had a little drizzle on the windshield. It was nice, but taking it slow out there on the commute.
Yeah, it's kind of ominous out there as far as the commute and what could happen in the next couple of hours. RJ is back this morning, and we'll talk to him coming up. But Mike Ostrage kicks things off.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's very, very light rain. I didn't actually see anything on my windshield this morning, but all of the roads were damp out there. And this is a 410 over there by the airport, and it does look like the road is kind of damp. We've had these light little sprinkly showers all morning long. This is what it looks like right now on radar. And as you can see, we've got not really a heck of a lot. There is obviously more over there heading over toward Cuero, heading over there toward Houston, and then in and around the metropolitan area. That's kind of about it with just these, again, this is what can be picked up on radar, just these light little sprinkly showers right there. Everything is sort of sliding up to the north at a slow rate. And this is going to start to fill in as far as the aerial coverage, and you'll have something more than just a light shower, maybe a moderate shower here and there. We're not looking at anything potential heavy rain, anything like that, but it's just going to be just damp and cool all day long. 56 degrees out there at the airport, 52 Comfort, 57 at Randolph, and those numbers really aren't going to be moving. Double nickels all the way across the board throughout the rest of the afternoon, and then just dropping down a little bit tonight. Again, the rain's going to start kind of fill in the area, and then rain's going to taper off later on tonight. Lesser chances tomorrow. Picks back up again on Friday, and after that, a bit of a front moves through for the weekend. We'll talk about that. How much can we expect when it's all said and done as well? That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, as Mark mentioned, RJ is behind the wheel this morning. Morning, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, good Wednesday morning to everyone out there. And thanks to Justin for filling in. I had to adjust the camera a little bit because he's got a little bit of height on me here. But taking a look outside with TransGuide traffic cameras, you can see we've been talking about some slick roads out there. This is the camera right there that looks a little bit kind of the blurriest, I guess, based on this little bit of rain that we're seeing out there. But traffic, as you can see, is moving along in our area. Rest of the city traffic moving pretty good right now. No major incidents or crashes, accidents to be aware of at the moment. Did want to let you know about some ongoing construction that's taking place on the far east side. So this is westbound lanes of I-10 at FM 1518. Talked to TransGuide a little bit earlier. They said that this construction should be going on there for the better part of the next hour or so. Hopefully they can get things cleared out, but of course with the weather, you never know. Reason I bring this one up is because we do have some of the main lanes blocked here in this area, but for the most part, things looking pretty good. One more quick look at everything outside. I-37 at Houston, traffic moving pretty good in this area there. 410 Jackson, Keller, see a little bit again of those raindrops out there, but traffic again moving pretty smooth throughout the San Antonio area. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. This morning, people around San Antonio have the opportunity to help lift up the nonprofit Blessed Angels.
The organization does a lot to help those in the community, including serve seniors meals. But all that was put in jeopardy when their vehicles were burglarized.
KSAT's John Paul Barajas following the story and shows how you can help.
God is awesome. I hope I can say that, but he is.
From a major setback to a Christmas miracle, all within 24 hours. This is how Monday started for Marion Thomas and nonprofit Blessed Angels. Their work vehicles vandalized and burglarized. But this is how Tuesday started.
The Bexar County Constable's office dropped by this morning. They're going to deliver to our homebound seniors this morning.
Blessed Angels delivers groceries to about 200 seniors every month. Monday's incident left 50 people without their food, but today, deputies delivered.
That was the most important thing to me right now, is that these seniors are not sitting at home without food.
There are still questions about when the vandalized vehicles will be back up and running, and not only is this impacting senior services, it's cutting into funds for their toy drive on Friday.
It's so unfortunate, especially around this time of the year, and you're all trying to do such great things for the kids and the community. Just heartbreaking.
Which is why Blackjack Speed Shop, owned by Spurs legend Tim Duncan and his partner Jason Pena, are stepping in.
We could get you rolling again if we got wheels and tires back on it.
That's exciting news. That
Yes, ma'am. We want to help you.
Wow, that makes me want to cry.
And the help didn't stop there. Kim's Angels is looking to buy storage facility space so Blessed Angels has a safe place to store their cars. Special Olympics Texas is offering to let them borrow vehicles. And District 10 Councilman Mark White is looking at added safety measures at Blessed Angels Senior Center.
It sends chills. It's just awesome. Awesome. I am just so humbly grateful.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
This morning, we are learning more about a migrant facility at the San Antonio International Airport. City Manager Eric Walsh told us on Monday the City Council was aware the city was using its own building at the airport to temporarily hold migrants before taking them over to the terminals for their scheduled flights out of town. But what about the rest of the city? There does not seem to have been any concerted effort to publicize what has been happening, though Walsh told us yesterday that staff had found media statements that had been sent out in May. We asked him if the city should have been more open about what was coming. He believes it was apparent what they were trying to do.
I'm offended at the notion that this was a secret or we were hiding individuals. That's offensive. That's not our job, and it's almost ridiculous. The fact of the matter is that there's 1,200 people on average showing up in San Antonio or coming through San Antonio on a daily basis. And if anybody's got any questions about immigration, they ought to call their congressman or the federal government.
Walsh says the migrants with plane tickets are brought from the crowded Migrant Resource Center on San Pedro to wait for their flights at what the city calls the Airport Transit Center. He said the vast majority are in and out within 24 hours.
Topping your morning headlines as the war in Ukraine continues. President Biden welcomed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the White House yesterday. Both of them making their case to Congress for more wartime aid for Ukraine as the war-torn country continues to fight a Russian invasion. The Trump defense team rested their case in the former president's civil fraud trial. Trump's attorneys presented evidence for 4 weeks to dispute allegations that Trump, company executives, and the former president's adult sons fraudulently inflated the value of Trump properties to get better loan and insurance rates. The New York State Attorney General's office will now call rebuttal witnesses, and closing arguments are set to start January 11th.
Back here at home, the sounds of the holiday and Blue concerts. Take a listen. That's Majestic Theater. It was filled with the holiday sounds. The United States Air Force Band of the West. Chris Allen from American Idol was also there last night, and our very own Stefania Jimenez was the MC of the event.
We are honored to celebrate the bond between our beloved community and the U.S. Air Force.
Let me tell you, my friends, it is an honor to be here with you this evening for the United States Air Force Band of the West Holiday in Blue 2023.
If you missed the show, there's another show happening tonight. We have all of those details. Just head to our website, KSAT.com.
508, 56 degrees.
Telecom AI coming to Snapchat, and Meta adds AI to its smart glasses. We're tracking those new details.
Plus, a look at a Christmas light debate up in New York State. Don't want to miss what has a lot of people fired up this morning.
56 degrees at 5:08. Kind of just you see it right there on that screen. A little bit of a damp morning, making the roads a little wet out there for your morning commute. Mike will have the forecast when we come back. A holiday lights fight is brewing in a New York town over a record-breaking Christmas display that is drawing tens of thousands of visitors, but not all neighbors are amused. ABC's Trevor Alt has the details in this morning's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the record-setting Christmas light display
Gives us joy for this time of year.
with 40 miles of lights and 8 miles of extension cords. This is the dazzling home display holding the Guinness World Record for most lights on a residential property, attracting tens of thousands of visitors.
We try to come up every year.
But with these massive crowds lining up, a few neighbors feel all this popular Christmas cheer is a little too popular, complaining to the town about the traffic traffic.
We're trying to keep the road open for the residents who live here. It's a neighborhood. They don't see this kind of traffic.
And this morning, the man behind those 720,000 lights is speaking out to GMA.
It started very simple with just 600 lights on the 2 trees by the front steps.
We'll take you live to this Radiant residence coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
I mean, it looks like a fairly narrow residential street, but you said it there. I think some folks are being a tad Grinchy.
A little Scrooge Grinchy,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, it's like everyone wants to celebrate.
Yeah.
It's why a small town, they're just not used to having the crowds.
That's true. And the question would be, is how long is this up and running? You know, is it
Yeah.
a couple weeks or is it like over a month? So
See, that would be,
we'll have to watch GMA and find out. 5:13, 56 degrees.
Taking a look outside with the roads, it's going to be a wet start on the roads this morning. You can see it right there on all of our TransGuide lenses. Hey, RJ Marquez is going to give us an update on the roads when we come back.
I'm so glad you're my personal shopper.
I'm your bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Day and night, right?
I actually only work the day shift.
Well, then who am I talking to at 3 a.m.?
I think you're confusing me with your Discover card again.
I am?
Yeah, it's their 24/7 customer service. They also protect you from fraud on unauthorized purchases.
Oh, really?
24/7 customer service.
What do you protect me from?
Mostly yourself.
And $0 fraud liability.
Oh.
Good morning with Vocalax. Good morning. Hey. Yeah. Try Vocalax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes. Making your good morning even better with Vocalax.
Nature's Bounty Hair Growth. Help grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Conquer hair thinning.
And fall in love with your hair all over again.
Only from Nature's Bounty.
Apple is introducing a new security mode for the iPhone that will protect users when thieves steal their passcode. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple is rolling out a new layer of security to protect against stolen passcodes. The feature is designed to block thieves, even if they get a hold of your phone and your secret code. If your phone is not at home or work, the feature will require your Face ID in addition to your passcode. It will be available with an upcoming software update. Next, new artificial intelligence features for Snapchat Plus users. They can create an image based on text and then add a message before sending it to other users on the messaging app. Users can also make the photo subjects appear farther away by using AI to fill in the background. Finally, AI additions are coming to Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses. Mark Zuckerberg showed the new features on Instagram. For example, saying, "Hey Meta," brings up a virtual assistant that can identify objects and even translate languages. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Maybe don't wear that shirt, Mark. We want to give you huge thanks to everyone who helped us and the KSAT community partners collect and raise money for this year's Share the Shoes campaign. With your support, more than 2,100 pairs of shoes will go to kids and adults here in Bexar County. With continued collaboration between San Antonio Police and the local nonprofit Zapatos, and of course, all of you who donated $3,000 in addition to the shoes. The money will allow Zapatos to buy 300 more pairs of shoes for those in need. The takeaway here, You're very generous, and they collected more shoes even than last year. And of course, you know, the economy's not great right now. People are pinching pennies. We get it. But San Antonio, you continue to show up and lift people up. Kudos to you.
And Mike's there, not you, Mike. Our
Right.
KSAT mascot, Mike.
I get confused. I keep thinking everybody's like liking me a lot more these days. You go, "Hey, Mike," and then no, the other thing. So
We say good morning to RJ. RJ, welcome back.
Yeah, guys.
Nice
glad
little
to be back.
vacation.
Yeah, it was good. I got to go see my Minnesota Vikings, big Vikings fan out there in Las Vegas.
Thrilling game, I
wasn't
heard.
as exciting as
Snoozer,
I'd
huh?
hoped, but you know what? It is Las Vegas, so still had a good time out there.
So for the people that didn't catch the Viking Raiders scoring extravaganza, the final score was
3-0. Vikings. Yeah, that was a rough one.
field
Cowboys
goal
were playing
end
at the
end of the game, right?
field goal at the end of the game. Yeah. So
Jeez.
Cowboys had a much more exciting game.
Yeah, they did.
All right, guys, speaking of traffic and taking a look outside TransGuide traffic cameras, and again, things looking pretty good out there. No major accidents or incidents to let you know about, but you see right there, that camera right there, US 98 Couples. We're starting to see some drizzly kind of wet roads out there as people make their way out on their Wednesday morning. But as you can see, traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area right now. Taking a look at some inbound traffic times. This one here in Castroville keeps on kind of going back and forth from about 33 minutes to about 35, 36. So if you're coming in from Castroville, just keep that in mind. Always, as we just saw that camera there, the 90s and Couples, always kind of a very busy area. The one area that we're seeing a little bit of a delay right now is Lavernia, coming in 40 minutes right now for our drivers coming in from there. Rest of the city, things looking pretty good. A lot of green out there on our screen. And we take, let's go one more back here. Take one more quick look at TransGuide traffic cameras here. And again, we have you on the rotator right now. As you can see, traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area. Just some ongoing construction that we're just kind of trying to clear out for right now. But again, things looking pretty good out there. Hopefully people stay safe. Maybe get a little bit of an early start to your Wednesday morning. All right, Mike, how are things looking outside?
Well, pretty damp and drizzly, and this is just basically the way it's going to be staying all day long, and showers will pick up somewhat. And given the fact that we haven't had a lot of rain in a while, and when it's this light stuff, that's when roads can be really slippery, of course, with all the oil and dirt is not yet washed off the road, so that mixes with that water. And as you can see, it is wet out there on the northwest side at 410, a couple of raindrops on the camera lens as well. The majority of the rain is well off here to the east, around Cuero, east of there, and then in and around the metropolitan area. It ain't much, pardon the grammar, just a couple of light showers. And this is what's being picked up on radar. Some of it's probably too light, and some of that mist and drizzle out there. Because like I said, coming into work this morning, all of the roads were damp. I mean, except underneath trees. It was that light. Obviously, the trees were blocking it, but you didn't have anything on my windshield. And so that may be the case in your neighborhood as well. Everything's sliding up to the north, and pretty much on the northwest side is where, in the west side, this light stuff is just being picked up there. Again, that's it. Then it will start to kind of fill in as far as coverage goes later on this morning as well as throughout the afternoon. So temperatures aren't moving anywhere throughout the day. We are going to be locked in, and plus it's sort of that dampish cool. So it's not bone chilling just looking at these numbers, but when you have all that moisture out there, it really kind of sneaks down the back of your neck. And we'll continue with some of these showers. They will begin to kind of ease up a little bit by later on this afternoon, which is depicted by the computer models. Rain begins to pick up somewhat later on this morning. Maybe a decent shower here and there. That's going to be the case throughout much of the afternoon. And then again, it starts to kind of ease a little bit by later on this afternoon, late this afternoon, and then overnight into tomorrow. We'll still have a couple of showers around tomorrow. Not as much. Then they'll pick back up on Friday. Now, if you think back to a couple of days ago when I showed this graphic, remember how it had about 2.5 inches of rain out there in the hill country. Then yesterday it wasn't quite as much, kind of pulled back a little bit more. And even today it has somewhat pulled back. We'll still see obviously some of this rain, but in and around the metropolitan area, we're looking at maybe 1/2 inch to an inch, a little bit more further up to the north and well off to the east. So everything's kind of, again, pulling back on as far as the amount of rain that we are going to be seeing. But at least there is a little bit. I mean, anything's going to be helping out our lawns. And like I said, temperatures aren't going to be going anywhere today, staying in the mid-50s all day long, upper 40s then overnight. Tomorrow, 62. There could be a peak of sunshine thrown on in there, but wouldn't count on a lot of it. And then Friday is going to be the better chance, once again, for some showers around here, just the low 60s again. So it stays very, very cool. And again, that damp chill all week long. Then a front's going to move on through here, and that's going to clear things out very nicely for the weekend. It's not a huge blast, just kind of scours out some of the humidity around here. So we'll have some chilly low temperatures down around normal. Highs are actually going to be on the coolish side, 57 Saturday, 60 on Sunday, and pretty much normal readings within a few degrees by the first part of next week.
We need the rain?
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge amount. You know, there'll be some local spots there, but something's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
524, 56 degrees.
Take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 146, Fireball 2, Daily 4, 6374, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 4, 12, 22, 32, 34. And Mega is up to $28 million for Friday night. There are the numbers. Powerball tonight, by the way, is now up to $500 million.
Woo.
Run from me, darling.
Millie Bobby Brown tries to escape her fate as a sacrifice to a dragon in Damsel. Netflix has announced the fantasy action adventure will debut March 8th.
We have to get the facts right. We have to be guided by the history, but we're trying to give the audience an experience.
The Saturn Awards is giving Oppenheimer director Christopher Nolan its Visionary Award. The Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films describes the honor as a testament to Nolan's exceptional contributions to the world of cinema. Emily Blunt, who's nominated for a Saturn Award for Oppenheimer, will present Nolan with the honor. The 51st annual Saturn Awards are February 4th.
I'd like to play a game.
The Saw franchise has more deadly games in store. Following the huge success of Saw X, Lionsgate has announced the 11th film in the franchise. Yes, Saw XI. Fans can circle September 27th, 2024 on their calendars, preferably in blood red. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, December 13th.
Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. Mike, RJ, the roads this morning a little damp.
Yeah, definitely. And again, with the weather especially, that's something that I kind of saw outside when I stepped outside this morning.
Yeah, I mean, just right on schedule. All this kind of just misty, drizzly stuff moved on in here. Very light rain. Temperatures aren't that cold. We're in the mid upper 50s around the area right now, but it's all that moisture out there that's really kind of making it chilly this morning. This is over there 10 at 410. A couple of drops on the lens, and the roads are definitely damp. And it hasn't been anything really, really heavy at all, which is why this is the ingredient when you have all the dust and oil on the road and makes things nice and slippery. 56 degrees is the temperature. Dew points at 51. So on the scale, obviously that's below 60. So it's, you know, if it was 70, 80 degrees out there, that'd be very comfortable. But when you have these two numbers very close, relative humidity quite high, and that moist air and all the dampness out there tends to conduct the heat away from your body. That's why it always feels so much colder on a day like this. Here's what it looks like on radar right now. A lot of rain off to the east, everything kind of sliding up to the north, and in and around town, it sure isn't a heck of a lot. There are a few showers there in northern Atascosa County. Everything's kind of sliding up to the north. If you're going out on Bandera in toward Leon Valley, a few of these light showers. This is what is being picked up on radar. Some of it is too light as of right now, but the rain is going to sort of fill in as the day rolls on and pick up somewhat. It's not going to be torrential downpours, but nice steady rain at times. Again, mid 50s on average all around the area. Normal low is low 40s, so we're well above that. Mold, Mountain Cedar are both on the low side from yesterday's count. Throughout the rest of today, well, we won't get up to normal, that's for sure, which is mid 60s. So we stay very consistent all day long, thanks to the cloud cover, thanks to the higher humidity and some of these showers out here. Rain's going to then sort of ease up a little bit overnight tonight, and then tomorrow just a couple of showers, picks back up on Friday. Weekend forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. So any problems yet out there, RJ?
Not yet, Mike. So that's good news out there. Right now, drivers doing pretty well out there as far as accidents or any sort of stalled vehicles. Do want to bring your attention to this right here. We still have some major construction issues going on there in the northeast side. 35 southbound at Loop 1604. You can see that traffic is moving, but very slow right now. These are both directions there, I-35 north and southbound, that especially south right here, that you can see are significantly backed up at the moment. As we take a look at our maps right now, you can see that we have traffic right now backed up southbound 35 all the way up to Selma. So this is becoming a bit of an issue out there for our drivers on the northeast side. This is something that you're definitely going to have to keep in mind if you are headed out and you are coming into San Antonio from some of those areas, Schertz, Cibolo, keep that in mind. Some outbound traffic right now. We just mentioned the inbound traffic. You can see that things looking pretty good for the most part. If you have to get out to any of our surrounding communities, outbound right now, Lavernia and Castroville, those two being kind of the biggest issues that we're seeing right now in terms of delays. Wanted to see if we could get some other of these camera shots here. 98 Couples, you can see we do have some drizzle on the cameras there. 281 at San Pedro, a little bit of a sheen there on the road. So you can see that we're starting to get a little bit of dampness out there. But again, no major accidents to speak of right now, just major ongoing construction. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. Closing time at a Northside bar had San Antonio police opening a shooting investigation. A man in his 30s is the victim of that shooting. Katrina Weber's live where it happened on Rector Street near San Pedro. Do police have any idea who shot this guy?
No, when you say opening an investigation, it sounds like they are at the very beginning stages. What we do know is the shooting happened here outside Slacker's Bar. We're right across the street from North Star Mall. It was about 2 o'clock this morning. Now, we can still see a few signs of what happened. There was a little trail of blood and what looks like a bullet hole in the frame of that window, but otherwise very quiet, very different from what we will see in the video, what happened about 2 o'clock this morning. Now, police say that they have just a little bit of information about what happened, that witnesses from that bar told them the victim was in the parking lot, a man in his 30s in the parking lot, when someone in a silver or white car apparently drove up. They saw that car speeding off after the man was shot. He was hit 3 times in his groin, wrist, and shoulder and taken to a hospital. But other than that, police don't have a whole lot of information. And again, very quiet out here now. Everything in this strip mall is closed, but that did happen right around closing time at this bar. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Right now, the Gaza region is in shambles from the Israel-Gaza war. Medical authorities on the scene say the region is full of diseases, including chickenpox and meningitis. And although there is a push to stop the fighting, U.S. officials fear tensions might escalate even more during the holiday season. CNN's John Loris reports.
The United Nations General Assembly overwhelmingly voted in favor of demanding an immediate ceasefire in Gaza.
Draft Resolution A/ES10/L27 has been adopted.
In addition to the call to end the war between Israel and Hamas, the UN also wants all hostages to be released.
Families are praying for the return of innocent loved ones, including several Americans.
While the UN vote has a political significance, it's non-binding and really doesn't carry any legal weight, unlike the Security Council ceasefire resolution, which the U.S. vetoed Friday. And it comes as the FBI and DHS issued a joint statement saying the ongoing war in Gaza could inspire lone actor violence on U.S. soil during the holiday season.
We are one big family, and the ripple effect of what's happening in Israel right now is affecting us here in the United States.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin will be in Israel this week for key meetings. And the Biden White House is warning Israel that its campaign against Hamas is losing international support.
We have made it clear to the Israelis, and they're aware, that the safety of innocent Palestinians is still of great concern.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Back here at home, we're one big step closer to the newest terminal at San Antonio International Airport. City Council greenlit a $1 billion deal with Hensel Phelps Construction Company, who will work with architects and oversee most of the work in building the newest terminal. Architects have already started designing the new 17-gate expansion, and construction on the new terminal at San Antonio International is expected to start late next year.
Now on KSAT.com, have you ever seen a name on a park or a school or another building and wondered, who was that person? It's the topic of the new round of KSAT Explains San Antonio namesakes. Think Frank Tejeda, Stinson, Dory Miller, George Brackenridge, and Emma Kohler.
We're standing in Kaler Park, not to be confused, but often confused with Brackenridge Park.
So we're telling the stories of who these people were, the incredible things they did, sometimes scandalous moments, and why they're so significant to our history here in San Antonio. It's all part of KSAT Explains, and you can watch it right now. Just head over to KSAT.com.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tease there, man, have to check it out.
Scandalous.
538, 55 degrees.
Here's what's coming up next.
Coming up, we're heading to the San Antonio Zoo to meet hippos Timothy and Uma.
Watch out, ladies, standing really close to those hippos. It's 55 degrees at 5:39, a misty start to the morning. RJ will let us know what's happening on the roads, and Mike will have our forecast when we come back.
5:42 in this morning's KSAT Kids segment. We're heading to the San Antonio Zoo to meet some special animals.
Armia Montgomery and Avery Everett got to meet Timothy the hippo and his grandma Uma. Check it out.
All right, Avery, so you're new to town still. I think it's time for you to meet another San Antonio legend. I mean, I've met a few. I've met the mayor, I've met Manu Ginobili, but you know who I haven't met yet? Timothy the hippo. Let's do it.
So this is our lovely hippos, Miss Uma and Mr. Timothy. Hi, buddy. He's gonna show you guys his tusk here. Look at that. Yes, you are a big hippo. You are a big, scary hippo. Here you go, buddy.
Miss Uma here, she's 48 years old, and Timothy just turned 8 as well.
One of their favorite snacks is cantaloupe, watermelons, pumpkins, pretty much anything they can smash, they love to eat. Have a very powerful bite force. They have a bite force about 2,000 pounds per square inch in their mouth, so it's very powerful. So Miss Uma weighs about 4,000 pounds, and Timothy is just surpassing Uma, so he is getting bigger than Grandma now. A male hippo can reach upwards to 6,000 pounds.
For more information on the San Antonio Zoo, Timmy and Uma, you can head on over to KSAT.com. I'm Avery Everett and Mia Montgomery, KSAT 12 News.
Oh my gosh.
And we don't know why the masks. We don't know. We don't know if it's like hippohalitosis. We don't know if the hippos requested it, but obviously we honor their request.
Obviously.
5:43, 56 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Well, Felicia is here, and what's interesting is this little kitty cat was a little kind of, iffy at first, and now really settled down.
Yeah, he's warming up.
Yeah, beautiful
He's
green
so
eyes,
cute.
and oh my gosh, this fur is literally like silk. This is the softest little kitty cat.
I know, he's so adorable, and he's very stocky. I know you can't really tell right now the way I'm holding him, but he's a stocky little boy. He is 3 months old. He was transferred from Animal Care Services, our city shelter, and he is now officially available for adoption. So if anyone is looking for a kitty, I think he would be fantastic.
Can you imagine him with a little red bow right there? But remember, when it comes to Christmas, they're not gifts, they're lifelong commitments. But
definitely.
You're awfully cute with those green eyes. What y'all got going on?
Well, we have our Second Chances fundraising campaign going on right now. And, this is end of year giving. So if anyone is able to support all of our pets and services that we're able to offer all of these amazing babies, please visit adltexas.org. You can read all about the pets that we've helped this year and just find out more about our organization and how you can help, whether it's volunteering, fostering, adopting, of course, or donating. Anything would be amazing. We truly appreciate all of the support.
And don't forget to, along with all of that, the Amazon wish list, a couple of clicks goes right to them.
Exactly.
Nice
You don't even have to make the trip.
Yeah. Don't even have to wrap a gift to put it underneath the tree. So, well, if you'd like more information about all the ways that you can help out the Animal Defense League or this, what was his name again?
This is Cobbler.
Cobbler.
Yeah.
Oh, great name. Let me there in Nacogdoches, Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo, adltexas.org. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Well, dozens of pets at San Antonio Animal Care Services are facing this holiday season without the hope of a home. That's why ACS is desperately searching for foster families. The goal behind the shelter's Fa La La Foster Drive is to temporarily house around 100 animals in homes for at least 2 weeks. It's free to be a foster parent, and all animals will already have everything they need, including food and any vet care they might need. For more information, go to our website. You can see it on the screen there.
What's the name of that foster drive again? It's your chance to really sell it.
I'm gonna try. Fa La La Foster Drive. Right? I did it.
RJ Marquez is here. Can you top that?
I don't think so. But guys, did you see that video that Chihuahua on the, I forgot what it was, running on the highway?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. That was crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. If you get a chance to check that out, yeah, it became a big viral national. I think it was in like upstate New York or something like that. Fortunately, nothing like that on our roadways right now. Fa La La Foster. Okay. Hey, you know what? Things have cleared out here in the northeast side. This is good. Construction is now cleared out. See traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area there. We had some delays there all the way southbound up to Selma, but traffic has cleared out in that area. Our maps are still showing a little bit of a delay there, but we're good to go based on our camera shot there. We do have an accident to let you know about. This is on the west side. This is being shown up on our maps. So right now, not being reported by TxDOT or any other website. But again, US 90 westbound at Couples Road. I saw the camera a little while ago. I didn't notice anything there. So this is something I'll continue to monitor as we make our way throughout the morning. You can see not causing any sort of delays right now based on our traffic flow in that area. One more quick look outside as we get you on the rotator shot here. And we still have that shot there. I-10 at Proban. You see traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area right now. And 35 Southwest Military, that's good there because we saw earlier that camera was a little bit drizzly. Oh, that one still is there. 35 at San Marcos downtown. And we do have some flashing lights there in that area. But for the most part, guys, things looking pretty good out there as people make their way out. Expect things to get a little bit busier as we get into our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I think I had to run my wipers 4 or 5 times on the way in this morning down 281.
Same here.
Yeah.
And I didn't at all, but the roads were damp. So
well, you also live 6 minutes from here.
That's true. But we're going to be dealing with this all day long. Nothing is going to be changing. It's just going to be damp and wet out there and chilly. It's that dampish cool because of all the humidity and the moisture in the air right now. Over there at 410 by the airport, looking off to the east, and you can see, well, we got a little bit of little something on the camera lens there. The road is damp. It's not kicking up any rooster tails, anything like that, but just enough to make things kind of slippery. Heaviest rain still off to the east, and we really don't have much. You can see just a few little scattered spots there in Atascosa County, extending up in toward Bernie, a little bit going out I-10. You're going to see some of this, and in and around the city proper and metropolitan area, just a couple of light showers. Now, some of this is probably too light to be picked up on radar, and that's why it's that light stuff that just doesn't really wash the dirt and oil off the roads too well. Okay, here's what the upper level winds are looking like. That's that cutoff low that we were watching even starting last week. And, initially, of course, it looked like it was going to cut right across the state, but it's staying well up there to the north of us. Enough moisture is being pulled in by this thing, obviously, to give us some of that rain. And we'll have a couple of disturbances moving through here, not only today, decent chance of rain, but then again on Friday. Now, this will also pull a front down through here. That's going to kind of scour out all the humidity. The rain's going to come to an end later Friday. That's setting us up for a nice looking weekend. It is going to be on the chilly side this weekend, at or slightly below normal temperatures, which is mid 60s for highs, low 40s for low temperatures. That'll be the case Sunday, Monday, first part of the week. Then another one of those lows is going to be developing out there, and out ahead of it, that's going to start to pull in some warmer temperatures. So it is looking as though we are going to be warming up by the mid to latter portion of next week. Here's what the computer model looks like for today. Again, a couple light little sprinkly showers out there right now, and then it sort of picks up in coverage throughout the course of the sort of late morning, early afternoon, and then tends to kind of ease up a little bit as we go into the evening hours tonight, and that's why there's not going to be as much rain around overnight and into tomorrow, just a few scattered showers. But yeah, nothing changes. Mid 50s all the way across the board with those few scattered showers the rest of the day. As far as the next 7 days, well, tomorrow we will get up into the low 60s, so slightly warmer, if that's the proper word to use. 62 on Friday as well, and we are going to have some showers around here. Then that front kind of scours out all the humidity, and that's going to set us up for a really nice weekend with lots of sunshine and temperatures at or a little bit below normal. We'll be back after this.
Let's just tell everyone we're together.
What? Sydney Sweeney's new movie is a little lighter than some of her other well-known projects. The rom-com Anyone But You had its Hollywood premiere this week, and on the gray carpet, Sweeney was asked to compare making this to something like her Emmy-winning HBO drama Euphoria.
Honestly, I had some of the most amazing moments of my entire life. We just laughed and had fun and joked the entire time, which when you're filming a show like Euphoria, sometimes it's not that vibe.
That said, she says she can't wait to get back to filming Euphoria, which will start soon. Anyone But You is in theaters this weekend. With the strike over, Hollywood premieres are in full swing. Director George Clooney also on the carpet this week in L.A., debuting his new film, The Boys in the Boat, about the 1936 U.S. Olympic rowing team. Clooney said it was very important to get the rowing just right.
Because if you get that wrong, you get murdered. It's a very personal community. They really take it personally, so we need to get that right.
The Boys in the Boat is in theaters Christmas Day. Las Vegas about to have its first rap residency. The Wu-Tang Clan setting up shop at the Theater at Virgin Hotels. Shows start in February on Super Bowl weekend. Next year, the big game is also in Vegas.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
And Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert film will be available today for streaming rental for the first time because today is the superstar singer-songwriter's birthday. She's 34. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Starting out with a little moisture around our area at 56 degrees. Will it stick around? Mike will let us know in just a bit.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Happy Hump Day. We made it to Wednesday. It is December 13th.
Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. Hey, how many days until Christmas, Mike Osterhage?
It's 12. Well, he's Mr. Countdown over here usually,
Right.
but 12 days.
No,
so.
I wanted to give that to you. Now that we've gotten closer, I don't need the app. I don't need anything. So it's all you, buddy.
It is, yeah, if you can believe, just 12 days till Christmas already. So it's at least on the cool side out there, but this damp weather is going to be sticking around for the next few days. So just kind of grin and bear it. And yeah, it is definitely jacket weather this morning because of that damp chill out there. And you can see the road is wet over there by the airport. Not really a heck of a lot of rain. I mean, this is it as far as what is being picked up on radar. There may be some that's mist and drizzle, but these are the few little light sprinkly showers that have been moving on through the area from south to north. If you go off to the east, there's a lot more in the way of some showers. Not even any lightning strikes being picked up. I doubt if we see any lightning at all with this, maybe on Friday, but pretty much this is what you see is what you get this morning. Then this is going to start to fill in throughout the late morning, early afternoon hours. Maybe a few decent showers as well. We're not looking at anything torrential as far as downpours. And then that's going to start to taper off later on this evening. Temperatures really consistent, mid-50s on average all around the area. And these numbers, for all intents and purposes, are not going to be moving. Mold and mountain cedar are both on the light side. Updated count's going to come out in a couple of hours and throughout the rest of today. Like I said, temperatures do not move. We will keep some of these light showers around here all day long, mid-50s all day long. So we're obviously well above normal for the low temperature, but well below normal for the high temperature. And yeah, that's what you see is what you get all day. Like I said, lesser rain chances tomorrow, better on Friday. Then a front's going to move through. Not a huge blast of cold air by any means, but it's going to get rid of the humidity and actually set us up for a really good looking weekend. Details on that in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Marquez, what's going on?
All right, Mike. Yeah, things looking pretty good out there as we start our 6 o'clock hour. That's good news. We have cleared out a lot of our construction issues that we had a little bit earlier, especially on the northeast side. Had a pretty good backup there. That has been cleared out. As we take a look at TransGuide right now, 35 Space Center. You see that traffic moving pretty smoothly in this area. 37 at Houston, traffic moving pretty well along the San Antonio area. Our maps indicating the same thing. Do not see anything major right now on the roads. Right now would be a good time to head out if that's the case. If you need to head out, maybe work a little bit early, maybe go grab some coffee or something. Did want to let you know about this. We do have a crash being reported here, Frio City Road and Cumberland. So again, it's off of 90, so not on a major highway, but again, Frio City Road, that's a pretty significant thoroughfare that a lot of people on the south part of downtown or the near west side usually use. That crash that we saw earlier further up on Couples Road, that has been cleared out. So that is good news there. One more quick look at TransGuide. You see we have traffic moving along pretty smooth in our area right now. Despite a little bit of wet roads out there, that is good news. People doing pretty well on the roads right now. Mark and Sarah, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police are searching for the suspect in a shooting at a bar on the city's north side. It happened around 2 a.m. at Slacker's Sports Bar right behind North Star Mall. SAPD says a man in his 30s was shot 3 times in the parking lot and taken to the hospital in critical condition. Witnesses told police a white or silver car fled the scene. Katrina Weber is live at the bar this morning, and we'll hear from her live in the next half hour.
This morning, we are learning about a migrant facility at the San Antonio International Airport. City Manager Eric Walsh told us on Monday the City Council was aware the city was using its own building at the airport to temporarily hold migrants before taking them over to the terminals for their scheduled flights out of town. But what about the rest of the city? There does not seem to have been any concerted effort to publicize what had been happening. Though Walsh told us yesterday staff had found media statements that were sent out in May. We asked him if the city should have been more open about what was going on. He believes it was apparent what they were trying to do.
I'm offended at the notion that this was a secret or we were hiding individuals. That's offensive. That's not our job, and it's almost ridiculous. In fact,
Walsh says the migrants with plane tickets are brought from the crowded Migrant Resource Center on San Pedro to wait for their flights as what the city calls the Airport Transit Center. He said the vast majority are in and out within 24 hours.
In your morning headlines, time is running out for Congress to approve new defense funding for Ukraine.
As Justin Finch reports, Republicans are refusing to lend support without a deal including tighter restrictions on immigration and the southern border.
Overnight, Ukraine's capital city coming under fire. Kyiv's mayor reporting his air defenses were activated, but saying the Russian airstrike left several dozen civilians injured, including children. Russia's latest missile strike coming as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was in Washington pleading in person for Congress to approve another $61 billion in aid by year's end. Without it, Zelensky and President Biden warning Russia could win.
In Ukraine, we are fighting for our country and freedom, and also in Europe, we say for our freedom and yours.
A source familiar says a declassified U.S. intelligence report finds the Kremlin's military personnel struggling, counting roughly 315,000 dead or injured Russian troops since the conflict began. Russian officials denying the high numbers. President Biden cautioning Russia's President Putin could still snatch a victory and putting Republicans in the hot seat.
The host of a Kremlin-run show literally said, and I quote, "Well done, Republicans. That's good for us," end of quote.
Still, Republicans are withholding support for new Ukraine funding until the president agrees to more stringent immigration policy.
Our first condition on any national security supplemental spending package is about our own national security first. The border is an absolute catastrophe.
The president saying he's open to compromise and blasting Republicans.
Holding Ukraine funding hostage in an attempt to force through an extreme Republican partisan agenda on the border is not how it works.
How and when President Biden and Republicans can strike a deal remains unclear, but Biden wants one done before the holidays. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says that's practically impossible. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
In other headlines, the Federal Reserve is expected to keep interest rates unchanged when it meets later today. It's already raised rates 11 times in the past year to slow down inflation. Gas prices are helping. However, housing prices are one trouble spot. Americans are paying 6.9% more in rent this year. Still, experts say if inflation keeps heading in the right direction, the Fed could start cutting interest rates by this coming spring.
Fans of TV star Andre Braugher are remembering his life and legacy this morning after the actor died this week at age 61. He was best known for his role as the deadpan Captain Holt on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and his debut with Denzel Washington in Glory. He's also remembered for his breakout role in Homicide: Life on the Streets, where he won an Emmy. Braugher earned a second Emmy in 2006 for the FX miniseries Thief. He's survived by his wife and 3 children.
And that's the first thing I thought of was that movie Glory with
Yes.
Denzel Washington, Matthew Broderick, and of course Andre Braugher. Amazing film. 6:08, 55 degrees.
Still to come, if you're looking for ways to teach your kids about serving the community, nonprofits across our area say they need volunteers. How you can get involved before Christmas.
And after the break, a military spouse who couldn't get affordable child care created an organization to help other families. And now she needs your help to keep going. We'll hear from her next.
55 degrees this morning with a little tiny bit of mist around our viewing area, but Mike says we'll have a little bit more rain throughout the day. He'll explain that and have our forecast when we come back.